大家好，欢迎收看联合国周报，我是主持人鲍嫣然。随着对全球气温上升问题的担忧加剧，寻找一个可靠又可持续发展的能源成为了大家所关注的焦点。而核能以其显著的低碳排放以及高效能，正逐渐成为应对气候危机的关键选项。在本期节目当中，我们将深度探讨核能如何能够成为全球能源转型的重要一环。我们将揭示联合国如何管控和推动这项新能源的发展，包括全球核能治理的政策、挑战和前景。通过专家的解读以及实际案例的展示，我们将探索核能在实现低碳未来方面的潜力，以及它为我们所带来的机遇和挑战。
The UN has an entire agency dedicated to just that, and it is called the International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA. The IAEA was created in 1957 in response to fears and expectations connected to discoveries and uses of nuclear technology. Let's just say that nuclear technology has not always been used for the best. So, member states came together to create standards around the use of such powerful technology. We can say that IAEA works for the safe, secure, and peaceful uses of nuclear science and technology. And, of course, like all UN things, the idea is to contribute to international peace and security and the global goals. Whew, that was a lot of information. If you're interested in learning more about nuclear technology and IAEA, you can go to news.un.org and search IAEA.
希望在 Pauline 的解释下，大家可以对联合国的核能管控工作有了一定的了解。但实际上，核能于我们而言仍然是陌生的。在本周的节目当中 ，UN Weekly 主持人 Conor Lennon 邀请到了联合国国际原子能机构总干事 Rafael Mariano Grossi， 带我们一起揭开这项新能源的神秘面纱，了解它将如何帮助我们迈向更可持续发展的未来。
It's been very important in terms of public perception, in terms of policies, in terms of public understanding. Nuclear is already playing a big role in clean energy delivery, so to speak. To give you an idea, more than a third of clean energy produced today in the world is nuclear. Or in Europe, where I live, half of the clean energy which is produced, by clean I mean CO2 free, is of nuclear origin. So it is already part of the solution. The problem is that for many, many years, for a variety of reasons that have to do with Chernobyl or later Fukushima, etc., there has been a lot of pushback. There have been what we believe from the IAEA has been misinformation about what nuclear energy is or is not. So in this sense, there has been, and we take this very, very seriously, there has been societal, in some places, not in every place, in some places there has been societal concern about nuclear energy as a technology. So this, of course, reverberated into the conferences and meetings and policy gatherings about energy in general. So much so that in this process of the big conferences on climate change, the so-called COPs, in these places, nuclear was very resisted, not talked about, not mentioned, and sometimes even rejected as a whole. So I think it is a Copernican, step when you go from that to say, as it was said in Dubai, that nuclear energy alongside renewables should be accelerated. So not only tolerated, not only accepted where it is already, but accelerated. And coupled with that, a number of countries, important countries in Dubai, as a parallel event or a side event, as people say these days, they committed to triple their own percentage of nuclear energy. So I think sometimes people ask me, so is this a renaissance of nuclear energy? I like to say that this is a return to realism. It's a return to realism because people who are not necessarily in the nuclear area I might cite the International Energy Agency, which is one of the most, if not the most respected think tank of energy issues, or the International Panel on Climate Change, which is a gathering of the greatest and the brightest scientists from all over the world studying these issues, have recognized in their modeling that if you take away nuclear energy from the equation, decarbonize by 2050 would be almost impossible. So what we say is, yes, there's going to be acceleration. And in this thing, we will have to, and the IEA and the UN system in general, which we represent in this sense, will have to be very present to make sure that this happens as it has been the case as up until today, in a safe way, in a secure way, in a way that does not promote proliferation of nuclear weapons. I mean, what the IEA does as part of its mandate, because its mandate is bigger than that.
Pick up on a couple of things you said. First of all, you said talk about the misinformation in the wake of disasters such as Chernobyl, Fukushima, and the societal issues surrounding that. Can you give me some examples of the sort of misinformation that you're countering?
Oh, yeah. The conventional wisdom is that thousands of people died because of radiation in Fukushima. Not a single person died because of that. Thousands of people died because of the tsunami, but there was no victim as a result of radiation. It was a big accident. It was a bad accident. Let me be very clear. We analyze accidents. We need to prevent them. So I'm not diminishing or in any way banalizing what happened. But there has been this accepted idea. The same goes to Chernobyl, where people say that millions of people are dying because of cancer, etc. There have been some cases. We have studied it with the WHO, with the United Nations Scientific Committee on the Effects of Atomic Radiation, UNSCARE, and other specialized bodies, and it has been very limited. When you look at the statistics, the stats, all right, not policy papers or propaganda, right? When you look at the stats, even from the WHO, you will see that in terms of mortality, nuclear is even lower than some renewable energies. So when you take the perspective throughout the years of the safety record of energy, two big accidents with enormous impact, and we need to tackle those things, and we have done it squarely and addressed it and talked with people and explained what happened and explained what kind of safety measures are taken. I like to be very clear in these things, and I think we owe people the information.
如果您想了解更多联合国是如何讨论核能发展问题的，可以在视频下方的信息栏中找到相关的链接。感谢您的收看，我们下周再见。